All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome to Moonlighting SF. How's everybody doing? Give it up for yourselves for coming out, braving this. The flash flood is over. It's time for Moonlighting. It's been a great time. How about a hand for DJ Joel? Our great thing, looks great in a wig. It's a beautiful feather. Some beautiful beats from Joel. Did you guys get some tacos and everything? You guys take pictures of the photo booth?
Delicious.
Fantastic. We have a really fun show tonight. A lot of amazing performers we have at the variety show tonight. My name is Sean Keane. I'm hosting the show. I haven't been back at Moonlight. It's been a little while since we've hung out, Joel. A lot has happened. Since we've been there. My mom has joined Facebook. Yeah, she likes literally everything that I post. She likes every single thing that I post. And if she doesn't like something, she will like the post, and then in the comments she'll say, "I didn't like that, Sean." So it's great. She is learning a lot of amazing slang on Facebook. That's really nice. All right. She's learning a lot of phrases. She learned that you can shorten the phrase "shut the fuck up" to STFU on Facebook, because I guess my mom is responding to a lot of haters, I think, a lot of the time. What my mom doesn't realize is that you can't do that verbally. So it was Christmas, afternoon of Christmas, my aunt said something my mom didn't like, and my mom said, "Oh, stafoo." She sounded that word out. She said, "Oh, stafoo." And then my aunt said, "What?" And my mom said, "You heard me, stafoo." And my aunt said, "I don't know what you're saying to me right now, Sharon." And then my mom said, "Shut the fuck up." And my aunt was very surprised. She apologized, and she left the room no closer to learning what stafoo meant than when that conversation had started. She just made an innocuous comment and then was cursed at in an alien language. Another phrase, I feel like my mom learned this on Facebook. She was upset that people weren't helping her in the kitchen, and she said, "What's going on here? I've been in here busting a nut with this gravy for hours," and I thought I would never stop laughing. Also, I didn't have any gravy. I just ate the turkey dry. I decided it was probably nothing happened, but you just sort of never know. She's going to learn something on Facebook. I don't know. I also, since then, I'm still kind of getting over the 49ers and the NFC Championship game. It was a rough loss. I watched it at a bar of the Mission. Everybody was cheering for the 49ers, except there was one guy, an English guy, who was rooting for the Seattle Seahawks. And yeah, I don't think he was a fan of football because he kept saying things like, "4 downs, isn't that clever?" Because that's not what a football fan says. I think he was just being an asshole. And, you know, he was like gratuitously English. I think his name was Liam Nigel. He was wearing a Union Jack t-shirt over a soccer jersey. You know, just teeth rotting out of his mouth from neglect. Just chewing on a Toblerone and exploiting a third world country. That's how English he was. But because this was San Francisco, no one tried to fight him or anything. I saw a couple people trying to figure out how they could make a negative Yelp review of a human being, and that's not a thing. So what they did was they just made little comments on the way to the bar to get a $10 microbrew. And one commercial break, I heard 2 people say the same thing, which was, "Hey, if it wasn't for us in World War II, you'd be speaking German." Burn, right? Because that's the worst thing an American can imagine, having to learn a foreign language, right? That's why we fought WW2 in the first place, to keep those language teachers from coming over here, stealing our jobs as PE teachers. That's right. I only know one word of German myself, Joel.
Which one's that?
Pabst. I believe that's German for Tecate. Yes. People got really mad at the end of the Super Bowl because Richard Sherman on the Seahawks was yelling at the camera in a post-game interview, kind of taunting one of the 49ers. And people said, "Oh, that's brutal and barbaric," even though, you know, they happened a couple minutes after they showed a slow-motion replay of a guy's leg breaking in half like 25 times. They telestrated the injury. But here's the thing. He yelled a little bit. But the thing is, he seems like an okay guy. Richard Sherman, he's a graduate of Stanford, just achieved the pinnacle in sports success. He went to the Super Bowl. And how are we, as San Franciscans, not used to somebody from Stanford obnoxiously rubbing their success in everyone's face? Like, that's the last 7 years in the Mission District, right? Absolutely. He might as well have just been a Google bus, driving in circles around the end zone and honking at the 49ers before evicting an elderly Chinese couple from their season tickets behind the end zone, right? We're used to that. Another thing my parents did is they just joined Netflix. They're just getting the DVDs. They are pretty sure streaming is going to be a fad. They don't really understand how it works, though. They think you have to watch the DVDs the day they come to your house. And I tried to explain that to my dad. I said, you can watch them whenever you want. That's the whole point. And my dad said, well, I don't want to game the system, Sean. And I said, you're not gaming the system, Dad. He said, well, I don't want to get in trouble with Netflix. And I said, you don't have to do that. I think they might think the NSA is like the Netflix surveillance agency or something. So I'm just explaining why we as a family this year on Christmas Eve watched The Silence of the Lambs. Because it showed up that morning, and we had to watch it. We watched a movie about a serial killer 4 hours before Jesus' birthday, so we didn't get in trouble with Netflix. And watching movies with my mom is fun. She has a game she likes to play where she'll point out an actor in a movie and then tell you what other movies that actor's been in. And my mom does this with 20% accuracy because she just knows faces. She knows Hollywood. So there's a scene in The Silence of the Lambs where Jodie Foster meets this entomologist from the FBI. And when he shows up on screen, my mom says, that's the guy from Twilight. And I said, that's the guy from Twilight, Mom? She said, that's the guy from Twilight? I know faces. I started to argue with her. I said, well, this movie is 23 years old that we're watching right now. Twilight Breaking Dawn is available on demand. Are you sure he was in Twilight? And my mom said, well, vampires are ageless, Sean. And that's the point. I should have just said, keep it going for my mom. But I just really wanted to prove her wrong in front of the whole family. I think the spirit of Christmas had gotten my heart. I think that's what was happening. So I said, Mom, look, I have the IMDb app on my phone. We will look up his filmography. We'll see he wasn't in Twilight. And I think my mom understood maybe 3 words of that because she said, no, Sean, don't run up your phone. I don't know what that means. Don't run up your phone. I'll hit the resume button. And I said, okay. So my mom pauses the DVD. She hits menu. She chooses resume. And the movie starts playing again. And we all look at each other, and my mom says, what's wrong with this DVD? And she pauses the movie, she hits menu, she hits resume, it starts playing again. And then I said, Mom, that says resume. And then my mom said, oh, Stafoo. So it was okay. It worked out all right. Okay, that's my portion of the show. Thank you. Woo.